Your voice is constantly communicating information about you, your confidence, your credibility, your presence. And this sound can quietly change how you're being perceived. What you just heard is glottal fry. Most people do it without even being aware of it, but also not being aware how you can be perceived differently with glottal fry. In today's video, I'll talk about glottal fry, why it occurs, how does it occur, and what can you do to change it? You don't have to change your personality or your voice, but you can sound very differently by just doing one small change. Glottal fry happens when the voice drops into a lower creaky register. There's not enough breath support and it sounds kind of gravelly when you're talking. Very often it happens at the end of a sentence. So I'm gonna go see a movie. She likes to go swimming. Okay, typical example of glottal fry. It's very easy to drop into glottal fry, especially when you feel tired at the end of the sentence, or you're just running low on energy. And it could be also due to peer pressure. There are some groups where glottal fry is very trendy to speak like that, and that's okay. For some people, glottal fry is not an issue at all. For others, it can cause fatigue. We'll talk about what to do about that, and then also we'll talk about how are you being perceived using glottal fry versus using a supported voice. What happens in glottal fry, the vocal folds, they need to vibrate in order to make sound, the air passes through. However, when there is not enough air passing the vocal folds, it starts to get a little bumpy and then it kind of sounds more like that. So I'm still talking, but you can hear the difference right now. This is glottal fry, not using breath support. I can switch quickly forward to a supported voice. And all I did, I was using more breath support. Again, vocal fatigue, feeling low in energy, just peer pressure. Yes, there is such a thing. Wanting to adapt, with your peers, sounding alike. Glottal fry is a very, very common trait, that voice trait that people have. And again, can you change it? Absolutely. The key to that is you got to have more breath with it. We're not making the breath come out so it's really breathy when you're talking, but instead of making it all gravelly, we're supporting the voice more so we get a clearer, fuller sound with that. I want to talk a little bit about perception, because even if you're super knowledgeable and capable, but if you're somebody whose voice drops into glottal fry, that can easily be interpreted as somebody that feels unsure, insecure, disengaged, low energy, and even less authoritative. It can also make it harder to project your voice. I have a lot of people come to me and they ask me, I have a podcast. My voice gets tired, but I'm kind of sitting here in the throat when I talk, and I just want my audience to be able to, wanting to listen to me, not sounding like that. Again, so that is just a pattern of glottal fry. Keeping the voice more supported makes it a lot easier for one speaking in that tone, and it's going to be a lot easier for the listener to follow along in a conversation when the sound is more clear versus gravelly. Again, glottal fry is very common and it can also be easily changed. So just adjusting the pitch a little bit, adding more breath support to it, you can make a huge difference with that. And if you really want to, if you miss it, you can always go in and out of it. So it's available to you if you want to. The question is, are you able to get out of it if you want to? And those are the parts that can easily be trained. So if you're somebody that noticed their voice getting a little creaky at the end of a sentence, it just kind of drops down, and you're noticing more now as you're listening to this, check in with yourself, and then also check, are you taking breaths in between? Maybe you just need a little more support with your breath. And if you need more support, you can check out my vocal rescue guide. Check the notes below with the 5 hidden secrets on how to take care of your voice the best, easiest way. And if you need more help, just reach out. If you like what you heard in the video today, hit subscribe. There's more to come.